Did you feel that chill when Endgame ended, or did Marvel hide something darker ahead? What if the final shot of Avengers Doomsday rewrites everything we believe about heroes, sacrifice, and trust? Tonight, we're diving into a theory so massive it could reshape the entire MCU forever for fans worldwide. Scheduled for December 18, 2026, Avengers Doomsday isn't just another crossover, it's the pressure point of Phase 6. Directed by the Russo Brothers, the same minds behind Infinity War's snap and Endgame's portals, this film promises consequences that don't reset, heal, or politely disappear afterward ever again completely. At the center of this storm stands Dr. Doom, a name soaked in prophecy and fear. Shockingly, Marvel chose Robert Downey Jr. to play Victor Von Doom, instantly igniting theories. The man who said "I am Iron Man" now embodies the ultimate downfall of heroic certainty across the Multiverse Saga. Marvel insists Doom is not a Tony Stark variant, yet history teaches us Marvel loves technical truths. Remember Spider-Man: Homecoming, when damage control quietly introduced Stark's shadow everywhere? Doomsday feels similar. The truth may not be who Doom was, but how he uses what we remember as emotional leverage. One powerful theory begins with the Fantastic Four first steps. Leaks describe a post-credit scene where Doom unmasks before young Franklin Richards. In Marvel Comics, Franklin reshapes reality itself. If he heals Doom's scarred face, that new face resembling Tony Stark becomes a dangerous accident for everyone across universes. Imagine the horror of that reveal mirrored against past MCU moments. Think of Peter Parker seeing Tony fade in Infinity War, or Morgan Stark holding her father's helmet in Endgame. Doom wearing that face isn't cosmetic, it's psychological warfare, exploiting grief, memory, and trust baked into Earth 616. Another chilling angle is the failed Stark theory. Somewhere in the multiverse, a genius like Tony stood against annihilation and lost. Imagine an Endgame where the portals never opened, where hope died. That broken Stark becomes Doom, believing absolute control is the only cure for cosmic failure across all realities. This mirrors Thanos' logic perfectly. Remember his quiet reflection on Titan, sitting among ruins, convinced genocide was mercy. Doom may follow that path, not as madness, but as twisted responsibility. To him, destroying universes becomes salvation, and resistance becomes ignorance he must erase without hesitation to survive forever alone victorious. Some fans go darker, pointing toward possession. In comics, Demon in Armor explored Stark corrupted by dark forces. The Darkhold once tempted Wanda, Strange, even variants. Could Doom have used forbidden magic before its destruction, binding Tony's remains to his will? Terrifying, yet thematically haunting for multiversal destiny ahead. Regardless of origin, the conflict of Doomsday centers on incursions. Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness warned us, worlds colliding, realities bleeding. Now Doom steps in, not to prevent incursions, but to accelerate them, forcing a reset he alone controls. Survival, in his eyes, demands obliteration first without mercy ever. Leaked concept art suggests Doctor Strange willingly aligns with Doom. That alone shakes the MCU's moral foundation. This is the same Strange who bargained with Dormammu, who saw 14 million futures. If he chooses Doom, it means every other path ends worse. That agreement may be Doomsday's most terrifying moment. The rumored ending pushes even further. Reports claim Doomsday concludes with Doom winning. Not a cliffhanger, not a stalemate, but total defeat. The multiverse collapses, universes erased like pages burning. From that destruction, Doom forges Battleworld, a patchwork reality built from fragments of dead timelines across endless cosmic battle scars. Here's the cruelest twist. Doom doesn't just rule Battleworld, he rewrites memory. Heroes awaken believing he is their god-emperor. Captain America never questioned him. Thor never rebelled. It mirrors Wanda rewriting Westview, but on a multiversal scale. Free will vanishes, replaced by manufactured loyalty across every surviving fractured realm. The final shot theory emerges here. Picture Doom seated on a throne, Battleworld stretching endlessly behind him. His mask rests beside him. He looks up, revealing a familiar face. Not to shock us, but to remind us. The MCU's greatest hero becomes the symbol of absolute domination over broken hope. That imagery echoes Iron Man's sacrifice in Endgame. Remember Tony snapping, collapsing, victorious yet dying? Doomsday inverts that meaning. The snap becomes permanent tyranny. The man who once saved everyone now oversees their imprisonment. It's tragic poetry, turning Marvel's emotional peak into its darkest abyss ever imagined on screen history. X-Men vs. Avengers adds fuel to this catastrophe. Fox-era mutants, including Magneto, reportedly return. Magneto protecting mutantkind from erasure makes perfect sense. Two teams fighting not for power, but survival. Like Civil War amplified through extinction stakes, alliances fracture under impossible choices that define multiversal destiny forever ahead. The Fantastic Four's origin from Earth 828 matters deeply. A retro future universe surviving until now hints at Doom's long game. He studied collapses, learned patterns. Reed Richards facing Doom wearing Stark's face becomes a nightmare of intellect versus corrupted legacy. Genius confronts genius, warped by grief alone. Then come the young Avengers, inheritors of a broken world. Characters like Kate Bishop and others grew up inspired by legends. Facing Doom means realizing those legends were tools. Hawkeye returning grounds this emotionally, reminding us of humanity amid gods. A father figure watching ideals crumble hurts more than explosions. Marketing leaks suggest 4 different teasers, each focused on a team. That's brilliant misdirection. Each trailer sells hope from a different angle, while hiding the same ending. It mirrors Infinity War's marketing, which concealed losses. Marvel wants us excited, united, before pulling the rug out completely from under our feet. The Trojan horse metaphor fits perfectly. Doom doesn't invade screaming. He arrives wearing familiarity. Tony Stark's face is trust incarnate. Just as the Avengers once rallied behind Iron Man, they hesitate now. That hesitation costs universes. By the time truth emerges, Doom already sits crowned by their obedience and fear. Think about Peter Parker again. He lost Tony, then the world forgot him. Imagine facing Doom and seeing that face offering guidance. Peter's hesitation could mirror his moment with Mysterio, trusting the wrong mentor. History repeats, only this time the consequences destroy realities instead of illusions on massive cosmic scales. Doctor Strange's guilt fuels this path. He chose one future where Tony died. Doomsday forces him to face the cost of that choice. Aligning with Doom may be his attempt to minimize suffering, even if it means betraying free will. It's tragic consistency, not character assassination within Marvel's moral framework. The destruction of the Darkhold doesn't end dark magic. Knowledge lingers. Doom mastering science and sorcery makes him uniquely unstoppable. He isn't reckless like Wanda or hesitant like Strange. Doom calculates sacrifice without remorse. That blend of intellect and cruelty elevates him beyond Thanos into something colder, more permanent forever. The final shot likely lingers, silent and devastating. No quips, no hope, just Doom's eyes reflecting broken worlds. Similar to Thanos resting on his farm, but reversed. Thanos sought peace after destruction. Doom seeks order through endless control. That contrast defines Phase 6's thematic evolution for Marvel's darker future ahead. This ending feeds directly into Avengers' Secret Wars. Heroes awakening as servants sets the stage for rebellion. Memory restoration becomes the new Infinity Stones quest. When characters remember who they were, the emotional payoff will be explosive. Doomsday exists to break them, so Secret Wars can rebuild meaning and hope. Fans expecting a traditional victory may be shocked. Marvel is embracing mythic tragedy. Like Empire Strikes Back, Doomsday is designed to hurt. That pain keeps audiences invested. We aren't watching heroes win, we're watching legends fall. And fall they must, so rising later actually matters within epic cinematic storytelling history. Every leaked detail reinforces one idea. Doom believes he is right. Villains convinced of righteousness are the most dangerous. Thanos had balance. Killmonger had justice. Doom has survival. When survival becomes ideology, anything becomes permissible. That's why his reign feels inevitable, not chaotic to multiversal observers watching helplessly unfold events. The Avengers Doomsday final shot theory isn't about shock value. It's about consequence. Marvel is telling us actions echo across realities. The face of Iron Man becoming the mask of Doom is the ultimate echo. It says heroes matter, choices matter, and legacies can be weaponized against those we love. When the screen cuts to black, audiences won't cheer. They'll sit in silence. That's intentional. Doomsday isn't closure, it's a wound. A narrative scar Marvel wants us to carry into Secret Wars, because only by remembering loss can triumph feel earned, not manufactured by empty spectacle alone ever again truly. This theory aligns with Marvel's long-term patience. Seeds planted in Phase 1 bloomed in Endgame. Now Phase 6 plants despair. Years from now, Secret Wars' victory will feel monumental because of Doomsday's darkness. Marvel isn't rushing, it's sculpting emotional memory on a generational scale for worldwide fandoms everywhere watching. Robert Downey Jr.'s casting is the masterstroke. It weaponizes nostalgia. Audiences trust him instinctively. Seeing that trust betray heroes on screen will sting deeply. It's not fan service, it's fan subversion. Marvel uses love itself as the blade, cutting deeper than any CGI spectacle ever shown within superhero cinema history books. Even Hawkeye's presence matters. Clint Barton represents ordinary endurance. No magic, no serum, just survival. Watching him kneel before Doom would break hearts. It reinforces that this threat isn't about power levels, but inevitability. Doom doesn't conquer with strength alone, he conquers with narrative control and emotional manipulation worldwide endlessly. The Avengers once assembled to stop Loki in New York. Doomsday inverts that origin. Instead of uniting, they fracture. Instead of protecting Earth, they surrender reality. It's the anti-Avengers movie, deliberately dismantling the myth Marvel built. Only by destroying the icon can it be reborn stronger, wiser, unified again. Battleworld allows endless visual storytelling later, but Doomsday focuses on loss. Characters stripped of identity wander under Doom's banner. The final shot cements that loss. No teaser stinger saving us, just acceptance. Marvel dares to leave us uncomfortable for an entire year, questioning heroism itself without easy answers or relief. Every Marvel phase reflects its era. Phase 1 was optimism. Phase 3 was sacrifice. Phase 6 feels like reckoning. Doomsday isn't nihilistic, it's honest. Power always corrupts, even good intentions. Doom embodies that truth, wearing the face of someone we once trusted completely as savior, protector, hero, legend forever before. This theory also respects comic roots. God Emperor Doom ruled Battleworld with absolute authority, translating that faithfully requires boldness. Marvel seems ready. The final shot isn't spectacle, it's declaration. The rules have changed. Heroes don't win today. They survive tomorrow if memory returns and rebellion sparks slowly inside minds again. Audiences often ask how Marvel tops Endgame. The answer is it doesn't. It subverts it. Doomsday doesn't chase applause. It chases impact. Years from now, fans will remember the silence more than the action. That's powerful storytelling, trusting viewers to sit with discomfort longer, deeper than fleeting excitement ever could. The Russo brothers returning signals intent. They understand scale and emotion. Infinity War dared to end with dust and despair. Doomsday dares to end with submission. That's even darker. A villain winning hearts and minds is scarier than one snapping fingers. Control outlasts destruction across time, memory, loyalty, belief, identity. The final image of Doom unmasked reframes everything before it. Every heroic speech, every sacrifice gains tragic irony. We realize Doom didn't just conquer worlds, he conquered narrative history. He stands as proof that symbols matter more than strength. Control the symbol, and reality follows obediently into eternal submission forever. This is why the theory resonates. It respects intelligence. It doesn't spoon-feed hope. Marvel trusts its audience to handle darkness. The final shot isn't evil, it's necessary. Without night, dawn is meaningless. Without Doomsday, Secret Wars would feel hollow, unearned, and emotionally weightless to longtime devoted Marvel fans worldwide. When Avengers Doomsday releases, reactions will divide. Some will hate the ending, others will praise its courage, but nobody will forget it. That's the goal. Art should linger. Doom's victory will haunt discussions, theories, and expectations until Secret Wars arrives to challenge his godhood across every Marvel fandom space online. If this theory proves true, Marvel changes superhero cinema again, not by escalating explosions, but by deepening consequence. The final shot becomes a thesis statement. Heroes fall, symbols corrupt, memory is power, and redemption requires rebellion. That's not just entertainment, that's modern myth-making on a global scale for future generations. Everything we've discussed points to one chilling image: Doom victorious, the multiverse broken, heroes obedient, and a familiar face staring back at us, reminding us what was lost. That final shot won't fade. It will burn itself into MCU history as the moment hope officially died before eventual resurrection later. And that's why Avengers Doomsday matters. It isn't just another chapter, it's the fall of an era. Marvel is brave enough to let villains win, heroes lose, and audiences feel uneasy. That discomfort is intentional. It prepares us for a war not just of worlds, but of identities and memory. Consider the silence inside theaters when credits roll. That pause is storytelling too. No post-credit joke, no relief, just reflection. Marvel weaponizes absence, forcing audiences to process loss collectively. That shared stillness bonds fans worldwide, creating anticipation built on dread rather than hype, priming Secret War's eventual emotional release. The memory wipe angle also reframes heroism. If identity can be erased, what remains? Instinct, compassion, rebellion. Watching heroes slowly resist doom without knowing why reinforces that goodness isn't taught, it's inherent. That idea restores hope quietly, beneath the despair, ensuring Doomsday isn't hopeless, just brutally honest about human nature. Magneto's presence intensifies philosophy. He's lived through oppression, genocide, and survival. Seeing Doom's rule may feel familiar, even tempting. His choices could mirror Charles Xavier's dream versus reality debate. Mutants choosing sides under Doom adds moral weight, proving this conflict isn't heroes versus villains, but control versus freedom itself alone. Production scale supports this ambition. Multiple teams, eras, and universes converge not for spectacle, but contrast. 1960 seconds fantastic for optimism collides with modern cynicism. Thunderbolt's pragmatism clashes with idealism. Doomsday becomes a philosophical crossroads, asking whether unity is possible without truth or stability without freedom in a shattered multiversal reality. Ultimately, the final shot theory challenges expectations of comfort. Marvel refuses to cushion the fall. Instead, it invites maturity, patience, and reflection. Fans grow alongside the franchise. We aren't promised safety, only meaning. That contract between storyteller and audience elevates the MCU beyond formula into modern cinematic mythology worldwide today. If you love deep Marvel theories, bold storytelling, and exploring what these endings really mean, this is where FilmVerse Hollywood thrives. Subscribe, like, and share this breakdown with fellow fans. Drop your thoughts below, because the road to Secret Wars has only begun, and the multiverse is watching us now.